Hi there and welcome to Creative Gardener. I wanted to do an update on my cotton plants. Um, it's been a while and they've grown really well, and I've had to cut some of them back. Now there's another one that's grown really big that I have to cut back. So I thought, well, let me do an update quickly so that you can see it before it gets chopped down. Well, not chopped down totally, but before it gets pruned, so that I can prepare it for its the next time that it produces cotton. So we're going to get started. I've got four cotton plants, with a few more baby ones coming on. So I'll show you those as well. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here we have the one that I found here. So the only things that were here in the garden were this cotton plant. Was this cotton plant? That was it. These were the only. This was the only thing that was here, and the mahogany tree, obviously, of course. Okay, so I've cut it back quite a bit. It has produced cotton. I haven't used any of this. The cotton that I've harvested so far, I've done a little bit of weaving. I've just been so inundated with other things that it's been hard to kind of include spinning and weaving, but I will get to it. So we've had quite a lot of rain and everything's just blown up, and so I'm trying to catch up with myself. Anyway, so I did cut back this tree. It was coming forward quite a bit. I still need to cut back the larger, so cut it down to about there and cut this back so that it can start producing lower down, because if it produces cotton from up there, it's very difficult to get to. So I'm just going to cut it sort of like just above the fence height. And this particular one has had a bit of issues and problems with, I'm not sure what they're called, but I think there might be leaf miners. So maybe you can see on this particular one, there's several bugs that like the cotton tree and or the cotton plant. I don't think it's grown in many places as a tree, but it can be. I mean, look at the stems and the branches you get. So there's a couple of things that has happened. So where I've cut some of this back, so as I say, I've got to probably cut here. I've been using the wood, so I've been, getting rid of the leaves, mulching the leaves, and then I've been using the wood as I put it around some of the beds, thinking I was just going to use the sticks, but the sticks have started to grow. So everywhere that I've planted a stick, it's starting to grow. So I didn't realise, I thought you could only grow it from the seeds, but this means that for a lot of them, I guess, for some plants, when you plant the seed, you don't often get the fruit that same year, unless it's a moringa, and I know some other plants as well. But with the cotton plant, I guess, you could then be guaranteed cotton from these cuttings that same year. So I'm going to have to remove these and pot them up, and there'll be other plants. But the seeds now, where the seeds have dropped, so many have dropped. This is the baby cotton plant. So yeah, as I say, they just dropped and they're growing. And here you can see live and direct one of the pests of the garden that eat all my young seedlings. Anyway, so I didn't make much of the cotton seeds that had dropped, and I will have to do something with them because a lot of them have, you know, are starting to grow, and it would be nice to again do something with those. I don't think I need any more cotton plants, but you know, they may be come in handy anyway. So yeah, so this one's been cut back and will be cut back. There was another one here, I think it's here, but I've always just chopped it back, and I haven't got right down to the roots. So this again just provides covering with all the rest of the other plants that are here. So they have these leaves. They're 5 pointed leaves. It's quite a nice shape. But again, there are pests that eat the leaves and bore into the leaves. And there's a couple of pests that bore into the plant. Is it a whorl? The cotton as it's growing. And then also on the cotton. So let's see the other plants. Okay, so here's another cotton plant that I allowed to grow, and let me just get into a better position. So I have cut this back quite a bit, cut all the branches off. This, you may have seen, it was a lot bushier, but I thought again, I've never let this grow so that it's produced any cotton. It's just been here as look, you can see, where is it? Something in action there. I don't know what that is. See how it coordinates with the leaf. Anyway, so I don't know what it's rubbing. It's rubbing its. Maybe it's drying its leaves, its wings. Anyway, yeah, so I've cut this back. It's next to my lemongrass tree. And I'm probably going to take off some more. And I'll wait until some leaves start to appear lower down. I'll see how that goes. But I normally just keep this well maintained. Okay, so we might be able to see some of the pests. See under there. So I'm not sure what they are. So you've got the ants under there. It must be some sort of like aphid because you've got the ants under there harvesting whatever it is they harvest from the insects under there. So I'll probably just cut that back and fertilise it with the Mexican sunflower so it stays healthy. But it usually is quite healthy, and I haven't had any problems in terms of, I use it to chop and drop, and as you can see down here, and yeah, I just grow this particular one as a plant. But the biggest one, I've got 2 more to show you, so let's go. Okay, so here's the other one that I just kind of allow to grow. And I just keep it cut back. This does produce cotton, and you can see these are the beginning stages of the cotton that it's going to produce, and then they get bigger and they can be picked. I haven't really done much with this particular one. I've just harvested some of the cotton, and you can see some down there that didn't get picked up. This kind of looks relatively healthy apart from the holes in the leaves and some issues there. I haven't really fertilised this, so that's probably one of the things, well, that is one of the things I'm going to do. And sorry about that. I don't know why it was so blurred. Okay, so there we go, that's it. And yeah, as I say, you know, some leaves that have got some holes in, but generally speaking, there's no like any leaf miner or underneath the leaf. I can't see much action going on, but I can see lots of these things being produced, which is going to house the cotton. I think it's called cotton wool, WHORL. Anyway, so let's go see the biggest one. I don't think I've seen one grow as big as this. So this is, we've had, as I say, we've had a lot of growth, and I'm trying to catch up with myself in terms of getting the garden organised. We've got a gardener coming tomorrow to cut the grass, which is really long, but this has grown monstrous. It's not a monstrosity. This is the main plant that I have picked the cotton from, and it's unmanageable at this height. So what I'm going to do is cut it back, really cut it back, and I will use the leaves and some of the branches on, well, I'll use it on the compost heap, and some of the sticks, the thicker sticks, I'll use and put them upside down, the ones that I don't want to grow. And one of the reasons why I let it just grow, because as you can see, my nursery, we haven't got any, there's no fence at the moment, and you can see directly into my makeshift nursery. So I kind of like was trying to create a barrier, so if we go further back it becomes less visible from the road. But I've got some plants growing at the top of the road, and this really does need to be cut back before it gets any bigger. And you can see, oops, so you can't see what you're walking on. This is what there was cotton in this, and you pick the cotton from each of these. And yeah, so I'm going to cut this back. I might just wait until tomorrow. Actually, once the grass is cut, it'll be easier to see what you're stepping on. But I'll get some of the branches cut, and just get it a bit more manageable so that when I can get closer tomorrow. But yes, so I've never seen it as big. And again, you can grow, you can take cuttings from the branches and grow and get them to grow. So that's the biggest one. And yeah, as I say, I need to get this under control before it starts. It's not yet started to produce the same things as the other cotton tree that you've just seen, and so I want to get in there before, you know, they want to so that I can harvest some cotton from here. Okay, so that's it. I hope this update, you've been able to see the difference, you know, the difference in when a cotton plant is quite small to it growing in the space of months, really, and then what you can get from it. It's been really rewarding being part of the journey and being able to see how the plants grow and how the impact it has on, you know, on your life. Yeah, so if you look here, you can see this. I don't think I could use that on the compost heap. So the way that the nastiness, it just looks nasty. But it's some sort of, I don't know, parasite, or I don't know what it is. As I say, this is all, I'm new to this, so I'm learning as I go along. But yeah, so I need to get this under control, and I'm gonna get started. All right, so thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for other updates, especially for this, you know, in terms of the the cotton, and hopefully some of the things I'm going to be able to do with it. So take care for now, and I will see you soon.